Well, let's start with Quick Scan today. Quick Scan is your very top scan on your scanner, and it's just like the name implies. It's quick. It's not going to give you a full scan, but it's going to give you enough information in the morning when you're really in a rush to get going and get out there. So let's take a look at that real quick. So if you open up your screen, as you can see here, so when you click on the Quick Scan tab at the very top of your screen, it'll bring up your menu. Now you'll see there's a lot of things on here other than just the Quick Scan, and we're going to go through some of those in a minute. Now, if this is the first time you're using your phone, your first time you've set it up, it'll come up and prompt you to allow the microphone and allow the camera to function. And you're going to want to approve those so that when you go forward, that won't ever come up again. But it needs your voice, it needs the microphone for your voice, and it needs the camera when you're taking pictures. Okay, so we're going to assume that that's done. You come up and you hit Morning AM. Now here it's telling me on this screen, as you can see, that there's no supplements loaded. And that's because this is a brand new device. On your device, you're going to want to take the time to put your supplements in. And there's a video that will show you how to do that. So the next thing you do, you get yourself composed, drink some water, and then you hit Next. And now it's going to ask you to record your voice. Now, if you look at this button, on the record button, on the left of the word record, there's a little microphone. On the right of the word record, there's a little heart. That means that this is not only going to do your voice, it's also going to do a simple but quick vital scan. Not a complete of everything, but enough of your vitals to give you, where you should start with today. So just before you hit the record button, this is the time you're going to want to put on your bone conducting headset and make sure that they're positioned so that the coil is right on the bone in front of your ear. Okay, so we bring the phone, your device up to your mouth. You push the record button. I am Lauren Swenson, and this is a demonstration of Quick Scan. It's going to record my voice for 10 seconds, and that's all it needs. Now, as you can see, the scan is finished in 10 seconds. The most important part of that was I am. I am, and then your name. That's the most important thing because that validates you, that validates your vocal cords. Everything is ready for your true emotional state to be recorded. Now it comes up and it will show you on the screen 2 colors. Now in inner voice, we're actually looking at 4 frequencies. The 3 frequencies are way high above your baseline, and the 1 frequency that is below your baseline, your lowest frequency. In here on the Quick Scan, all we're going to focus on is the highest one and the lowest one. The highest one, it represents the emotion that we're overcompensating for. The lowest one represents the emotion that we're burying. And a lot of times we're not even aware of that emotion. It can be all the way from something back when you were in the womb or a small child. But that particular emotion is the one that causes probably the most grief in our life. What it's showing you here is if you're going to use your light wave glasses or your colored glasses, you're going to want to wear the yellow one in this case and the orange one. Okay, those are your high and your low. And then it's going to, down right below play, it says right here, no top supplements. We didn't have any supplements loaded in my library, so there was nothing for there to go and analyze. So it just says top supplements and it's empty. But here I'd make sure now that my headphones are ready, I'd hit play, and the appropriate piece of music with the appropriate frequencies that I need to hear are going to be played. And this one here is the frequency that represents the lowest frequency. So what's behind this music is the frequencies for my buried emotion. Okay? Now this will play for that 3 minutes and you're done. That's how fast Quick Scan is. Just like the name says, it's quick. You go in, you get yourself ready, get your thoughts ready, make sure everything is set, record 10 seconds of your voice, and right after that, it's going to let you know what supplements you need right now, according to your frequencies in your body, and the 2 glasses that you'd want to spend 15 minutes each viewing through. And it's done. Now that's just the first part of Quick Scan. Let's reopen Quick Scan again. If you'll notice below the scanning part, there's one that says custom. So now custom scan is not tied to AM, PM, or afternoon. It doesn't matter what time of the day or night you do that. It's specifically to scan when you feel like you just need a scan. And when you do an AM, an afternoon, or an evening scan, it's only going to scan the supplements in your library that are in those categories, AM, afternoon, and PM. On a custom scan, it's going to scan your whole supplement library because it's not tied to one of those three segments. So that's what custom scan is for. A great resource to use. It's also where you have your pets. If you click on pets, this is where you can now scan your pet as a quick scan. And under there, you'll see underneath my name, there's a little box that says scan target. That's where your pet, and you would click on that. It would list the pets that you have listed. If you have multiple cats and dogs or birds or whatever, you would pick the pet that you want to work with and do a quick scan on them. This is a great function for those of you who have a lot of furry kids. Okay, so let's go back to quick scan again. Underneath pets, there's energetic auras. Now, the two in here that we're focusing on are clearing the energies around us, clearing the energies that we've accumulated, or maybe we've had, some bad feelings, and then shield. This is important when you're dealing with clients. When you're dealing with other people, you don't want their energies, their frequencies to affect yours. So the first thing you would do is sit down and clear yourself, and then you would shield yourself. And each one of those takes 20 seconds. Now, it's important to know that when you click either clearing or shield, it won't go to another screen. It will just begin to play a frequency, and that frequency lasts 20 seconds. The clearing one is a very specific matrix of frequencies that just kind of neutralizes the energies or the frequencies that are not inherently ours. It doesn't do anything to your own frequencies. It just gets rid of those that we've collected. And then shield is kind of an energetic barrier that it puts around us. Now, this sounds a little strange, and for first-time users in frequencies, this sounds really out there. But if you think about it, you've gone to places where you feel comfortable, you've gone to places where you don't feel comfortable, and it's the energies there. All we're wanting to do is give you the ability to put your state, your mind, or your physical being in the best frequency state possible to either scan somebody or even scan yourself. So they won't go to another screen. They'll just play for those 20 seconds and they're done. And if you're doing multiple clients through the day, or you're scanning yourself multiple times during the day, it's recommended to do a clearing and then do a shield and then do your scan. Okay. Below that is 3-minute boosts. I love the 3-minute boosts. Back in the 80s, I was introduced to an audio program called Supercharger. And it was a set of frequencies that you listen to for 30 minutes through headphones. It couldn't be listened to on a speaker. It had to be through headphones. And the first time I experienced that, I was blown away. I went to the most amazing mental space in my mind. When it was done, my mind was clear, I was sharp, and I was energized. Supercharger is like that. It's obviously 30 years later, so the technology is much, much more fine-tuned and detailed. But that 3 minutes, you listen to that 3 minutes with headphones, and you will see that your brain is clearer and sharper, and you're just fine-tuned. The one right below that is focus. Same thing. It's a set of, or matrix of frequencies that are geared to bring the brainwave activity down into the theta, high theta, low alpha state, where you're not sleeping, you're not whatever, but you're receptive to inspiration and you're creative at the same time. Relax is one of those things that you would do like if you were trying to do meditation. Now, each one of these boosts is only 3 minutes long. They don't take a lot of time. But if you're going to do any one of these things where you want to just your head together, you want to become more creative, you want to relax, you want to do some neuro exercising or just ground yourself, it only takes 3 minutes to get your frequencies ready for that activity. So relaxation will bring you down into a meditative state. Grounding is one of those things when you just can't seem to get in sync with your day. Activities just aren't going the way they need to. Take 3 minutes, sit down, drink some water, and listen to grounding. And it'll just help you settle down emotionally and mentally in your brain. Neuroaerobics is very similar to Supercharge in the sense that it's going to stimulate the brain, but it's more like, just like the name says, it's more like doing aerobics in the brain. The sounds, the frequencies behind there are just snap, 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 getting your synapses to fire. Different from Supercharger, but in the same vein. So Quick Charge or Quick Scan gives you lots of options, and is probably one of the areas of the scanner that people don't realize and utilize as much as they could. So take the time to play with Quick Scan. Do your quick scans in the morning when you're in a hurry. At least once or twice a week, do the full vital scan, the full comprehensive, the full inner voice. When you're in a hurry, the quick scan is just really great to do. And then use your boost throughout the day as you're going through things.